Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Still reading, so sometimes I'm like, okay, sure. Okay, can. Let me know if anything, just let me know. Okay, so if you guys are ready, please go to page number 2. Okay, page number 1 or page number 0. Page number 1, page number 0. This one I'll not go through with you. This is your exam format. So if you're unsure about your exam format, you can look at this one. The kertas 1. Wow, this one, this part. This part. Kertas 1 and kertas 2. Okay, I'm not going to go through with you. You can refer the format yourself. Okay. Okay, let's go to page number 2 and circle the first chapter. The first chapter, part 1. Warisan negara bangsa. This one. Warisan negara bangsa. Okay, ready? Question number 1. Ciri-ciri negara bangsa kerajaan alam Melayu. Exam, do you have to study this one? Yes, you do. Please put a tick at the side and make sure you study this. The characteristic of the kingdoms in Alam Melayu. If you never heard of Alam Melayu, if you don't know what's Alam Melayu, please write down Asia Tenggara. Asia Tenggara. The Southeast Asia. The Southeast Asia. So long time ago, in about 2,000 years ago, what does a country in Alam Melayu actually looks like? Number 1, all the country in Alam Melayu, they will also have a raja. They will have a king. Raja is the tongkat utama kerajaan. If you tak faham, you can tulis at the side. Raja is the biggest. The king is the biggest. The king is the biggest in the country. But of course, king doesn't run the whole country all by himself. Under the Raja, we will have pembesar-pembesar to membantu the pentadbiran. Okay? So this is the Raja in Southeast Asia country. Number 2, in Alam Melayu punya kingdoms, every country will also have their own undang-undang. Why every country need undang-undang? To menjamin kesejahteraan sesebuah kerajaan. To protect their country, to protect their people, to ensure their welfare, the wellness of the country. Okay? Then the seluruh wilayah pengaruh. Wilayah pengaruh, if you tak faham, later you'll see this word, but you can tulis dulu. Wilayah pengaruh means territory. The territory of the country. So they wanted to tell you the whole country or all the territories under the country, their rakyat also need to obey the undang-undang. There's only one person tak perlu follow the undang-undang. The king. Only the king. Only king is above the law. Okay? Number 3. Alam Melayu Kingdom will also have wilayah pengaruh. The lands, the territory, but not like the country today. They do not have a border. They do not have sembadan. Then how they decide siapa punya tanah is siapa punya? They look at this. Circle yourself. Rakyat. They will look at the rakyat. I mean, it will be decided by the rakyat. Okay, ready? Ready? The keyword. Rakyatnya, okay, wilayah pengaruh merupakan kawasan yang rakyatnya underline menerima atau memperakui pemerintahan seseorang raja. The keyword is memperakui dan menerima. What does it mean? That means in zaman dahulu, this land belongs to which country is fully depends on the rakyat. If rakyat support this king, then this land will belong to this king. But if the rakyat who lives here support another king, then this land will belongs to another king. Can faham? So territory in zaman dahulu, how big your country punya territory is, it's fully decided by the rakyat. how many people support you, how many people willing to acknowledge you as the king. Can faham? Okay, not like today. Today punya country all their land are decided by the sempadan, the lines that they draw. Okay, this is called sempadan, the border. But zaman dahulu tak ada. Nope. They don't have sempadan. It's decided by the people, the rakyat. Okay, but of course, the king himself, they of course have their own method to force the rakyat to surrender to them or acknowledge them. Contohnya, attack your country, attack your land. Can faham? Okay, there are many ways. Okay, last one. 2000 years ago punya kingdom, they also have their own rakyat. What is rakyat? Easy. Penduduk di dalam sesebuah wilayah. People who live in a place. And, okay, last time punya rakyat, they must be very loyal. They must be 100% loyal to their king. Setia kepada raja. And tidak boleh mendahaka. Tidak mendahaka. Mendahaka, if you tak faham, you can also write down, betray the king. They cannot betray the king, unlike today. Okay, now you also cannot betray the king. But what I'm saying is, in zaman dahulu, if you betray the king, the punishment is much more severe. It's much more severe. It's much more immediate. The moment you punish a king, the king will kill you immediately. And worst come to worst, your whole family will also have to die. Okay? Even though it's only you yang mendahaka, but the king doesn't care. Your whole family have to die. Okay? You can't even debate for yourself. You can't even defend yourself. There's no trial. There's no mahkamah. They don't. You betray the king. Once the Raja think that you have betrayed the country or betrayed the king, mati ba. Mati. You won't have the chance to defend yourself. You won't even have the chance to speak for yourself. Not like today. If you're gonna tangkap for treason, for betraying the country, betraying Malaysia, they'll send you to the mahkamah. You still have a chance, you still have an opportunity to fight for yourself or defend yourself. But zaman dahulu, die ba, mati. Can faham? Okay. So this is 2000 years ago. The countries in Asia Tenggara 2000 years ago. Any question? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, if no question, let's recap a quick one. Let's do more part 2. Yeah, later we'll do chapter 2. Okay, but TC, if you notice, this nota is incomplete. It's incomplete. So when you guys prepare for exam, those missing subtopic, you have to settle with other nota or your textbook. Okay, like they remove, I think they remove 2.3 and 2.4. The Asia Tenggara and Asia punya nationalism. Okay, teacher, this one confirm masuk exam. Oh, okay, no. Okay, you see, if I ask you to put a tick beside the question, it has very high chances because this school exam, I can't really tell what will be coming out. Different school got different style, and somehow every time different teacher come up with the paper. So I could not predict. I can't predict. I can't forecast what will happen. What will come up. But this got very high chance. I mean, this one 1.1, one of the popular questions. Okay, essay and structural question also possible. For this part. Okay. Both also possible. Both also possible. Okay, let's move on. 1.2. Okay, 1.2 need to study or not? The answer is yes. Also another popular question. You may put a tick beside. Okay, this one is not like 1.1. This time we are learning about the ciri-ciri of siapa lah? Malacca. Highlight yourself. The characteristic or the patterns of Malacca. But why Malacca? Why one country only? Because just now, Alam Melayu, the Zaman Alam Melayu, they're actually talking about the first generation. The first generation punya countries in Southeast Asia. But After Malacca appear, Malacca one country who changes the whole Southeast Asia. Can you find? Why? Because they are very powerful. After Malacca appear, less than 50 years, they have become the most powerful country in the whole Southeast Asia. This is how powerful Malacca was. Can you find? So, of course, we have to learn about them. The Malacca. Okay, let's see what are the differences between Malacca and the old kingdoms, the first gen punya kingdoms. Number one, they have a thing called kedaulatan. What is kedaulatan? If you tak faham, tulis sovereignty, power. Pow, pow, pow. Power, sovereignty. What is this power? If you still tak faham, further explain. This is the power to rule the country, to rule the nation. Kan, 333. Tulis ba? For you to understand. Zaman dahulu punya country, they do not have these kind of things. Sultan dan sultana, raja dan raja, they wouldn't have like what kedaulatan, what lamba. They don't have all these things. But starting from Malacca, they have a thing called kedaulatan. And this power to rule the country belongs to who? You don't have to think. It only belongs to one person. Alright. Lambang kekuasaan tertinggi, Sultan. Circle yourself. Okay. And this power is very powerful because it is mutlak. Mutlak. Mutlak is what? Tulis. It is absolute. Absolute. Contohnya, if Sultan Malacca says that you are a girl, that means you are a girl. If the king say you are a boy, then you are a boy. If the king say you are a major, then you are a major. This is called absolute power. If the king says 1 + 1 = 8, 1 + 1 = 8. Can you find? Absolute power. No one can go against that. Okay? You just, oh no, you're not. You are not. No time machine, no king. Okay, let's continue. Okay, you see, number 2. Last time, after Malacca appeared, do they have undang-undang or not? Yes, of course. Just like the Gen 1, first generation punya kingdoms, they also have their undang-undang. But their undang-undang become more refined, more systematic. They have 2 undang-undang. One is called Hukum Kanun Melaka. One is called Undang-Undang Laut Melaka. Kenapa? One is for land. You can tulis Hukum Kanun Melaka is actually the undang-undang for the darat, land or darat. And Undang-Undang Laut Melaka is for laut. Okay. So this is the differences between Gen 1 and Gen 2 punya country. Second generation punya country. Okay. Then tujuan of the undang-undang is still the same. No matter it's first generation or second generation punya country, all these country they have undang-undang is also to strengthen their country lah, mengukuhkan kerajaan lah, melindungi rakyat lah, and also make their country become safer, protect the people, protect the justice. Okay. Okay. Number 3, territory. Then in Malacca punya era, how do they decide the territory? Sama juga. You can tulis. It's the same. It's the same. Same as Alam Melayu kingdoms. So you don't actually have to waste your time to memorize that. Sama, ne? Kawasan pemerintahan raja yang diterima dan diakui oleh keyword rakyat. It is still decided by the rakyat. Rakyat support you, then this is your land. If the rakyat here doesn't support you, this is not your land. Okay, simple as that. And last time, Malacca punya territory very big. Very big. You see, highlight merangkumi. Malacca punya country include the whole semenanjung tanah Melayu. If you tak faham, tulis Malaysia. The peninsula of Malaysia. Okay, Malaysia. And also Pantai Timur Sumatera. What is Pantai Timur Sumatera? Right now, half of Indonesia, the half of Indonesia, Sumatra. Sumatra. Okay, if you never see Malacca punya country before on a map, I'll draw for you. This is how big Malacca was. Not the Malacca you see today. This is Tanah Melayu. This whole thing is Malacca, including Singapore. And then like this, Sumatra, half of Sumatra. This is the real Malacca. This is the real Malacca. Can you follow? Okay. Then a lot of people will ask, what happened to Malacca? Why Malacca become like this? Like, why Malacca become so small today? They die. They collapse. 1511, on 1511, the Portuguese came and attacked them. And after fighting about 3 perang, they lost. The whole country collapsed. Runtuh. That's why Malacca, this country, no longer exists. The Malacca that you guys are seeing today is just a tempat. It's just a negeri, not a country. Okay? The country gone already. 500 years ago, 400 years ago, they are already gone. Disappear. Okay? Collapse. Okay, number 4. Malacca, they also has their own rakyat-rakyat loh. Sama juga dengan first generation punya country, they also have their rakyat. Rakyat still the same. People who live in the country, people who live in the land, and they must be loyal to the king. And not only that, they're not allowed to mendahaka, and they have to mematuhi undang-undang. They have to obey the law of the country. If they don't, they will be punished. Okay, I mean simple common sense. Okay, but maybe you do not know, last time, the rakyat of Malacca mainly consists of 2 types of rakyat, 2 types of people, 2 types of kaum. Number 1, orang Melayu. Number 2, orang Laut. Okay, but orang Laut, I have to explain first. Orang Laut, they are not Malaysian. They are not from Malaysia. They don't come from Malaysia. Orang Laut is actually from Indonesia. Then when Parameswara, the founder of Malacca, the first king of Malacca, when Parameswara forms Malacca that time, he actually invited the Orang Laut himself to come to Malacca, to come and live in Malacca. Why? Because Orang Laut, they're very loyal. They're very loyal. And Parameswara need the Orang Laut to help him in his country. Okay, so he invited the Orang Laut. Before this, Orang Laut, they are from Indonesia. And last time, Orang Laut, they don't live on the land. They don't live on darat. They build their houses on the laut. On the laut. On the laut. On the laut. Okay, that's why they are called Orang Laut. Okay, but because Parameswara admires their loyalty. So Parameswara invited them all. Come be my citizen. Come be my citizen. Okay. Then they join Malacca. Okay. So after you're done, number 5. Second gen punya country, still got what that first gen punya country yang tak ada punya, highlight yourself. Kerajaan. Okay, kerajaan in here is not kingdom, it's government. Please write down. They have a group of people. They will have a group of people who mentadbir the negara, and they call them as government. Government. Okay. So in Malacca punya government, who is the biggest? I mean, common sense. Raja ialah pemerintah tertinggi. In the whole government, king is the biggest, and the king will be assisted by pembesar. Common sense. Okay. So that's why I told you guys before. Sejarah, it's better for you if you understand. Go for understanding before you start memorizing. If you understand, it will be easier. It will be easier. There's many things you don't even have to half out if you understand. Okay, next one. But what kinds of system their government uses? Unlike Malaysia today, We uses very, very complicated punya system. Wait. Let me erase dulu. Tunggu. Okay, see please highlight. This is very important. We will learn about this later. Melaka punya government uses a system called sistem pembesar empat lipatan. Sistem pembesar empat lipatan. And after Islam came, Melaka became an Islamic country and they've start using, selepas kedatangan Islam, selepas agama Islam came, they have adopted the Islamic system to rule their country, to help and rule their country. And the king no longer call himself Raja. The king of Malacca start calling themselves Sultan. Okay, this is a little bit history of Malacca. They were originally not Islam. Originally, they were not Islam. Okay, but after Islam came, the king likes the agama. Then the king joined on. After the king joined, the whole country followed because of loyalty, out of loyalty. Okay, last one. Also something that first generation punya country yang tak ada. Lambang kebesaran. What is lambang kebesaran? Tulis. I'm suffering. Bab chapter 2 and chapter 3 solo. Yeah. Okay, bab 2 and bab 3, you have to see it as a storybook, or else you suffer. If you keep on thinking about like, oh, exam, you're studying for exam, yeah, you suffer a lot. Just see it as a story, a novel. Okay, something like that. I'm really tired. Take a rest first. Okay, but yeah, let's continue. Lambang kebesaran, tulis a symbol. Okay, symbol for what? Last time, ever since Malacca appeared, Southeast Asia punya country, they started to have a thing called symbol to symbolize, to represent, number one, their country, identity of their country, of their kingdoms. I'll give you some example. Flag, bendera, the country punya logo, jata negara, national anthem, like negaraku. Those are symbol that represent the country, kingdoms. Starting from this zaman, they have these kind of things. Number two, the Malacca Empire, they also have symbol that represents their king. They also got lambang that represents their king. What does it mean? Things that tells you he is the king of Malacca. A thing or things that tells you who is the king. Contohnya, draw an arrow to here. Contohnya, the adat istiadat of the Raja. Okay, do you know what it means? I know adat istiadat is tradition. Come on, if you tak faham, write down. But what does it mean? What does it mean by you can tell he is a king or they are from the royalties, they are from the royal family just by looking at their tradition? Give me some example. Clothes are not tradition. Bukan. Try again. Give me some example. What kinds of symbol? Okay, I repeat again. Malacca created a thing called symbol. A symbol that symbolizes the king or represents the king. So when people look at these things, when people saw these things, they will know immediately that he is the king. One of the symbol is adat istiadat. Okay? Teacher, is adat istiadat? Oh my God, it's adat. GG. It's typo. Adat istiadat. Hey, thank you. Behavior. Example, tattoo. Oh my God. I want to cry. Really, Dada? Really no answer? I think I told you guys before in normal class. Someone answered correctly. Bahasa. Come on. Tulis. Bahasa. Very good. Good job. The bahasa. Okay, you don't even have to look. I told you. What are the purpose of this lambang? To let you know he is the king. It must be immediate. So what does it mean by adat istiadat? The language, the moment when you hear, the moment when you listen to this person, when he speaks bahasa istana, you will immediately know he's what? Royalties. Because no one speak like that. No one talk like that. Can faham? We normal citizen, we peasants, we are not allowed to use bahasa istana. Can faham? We cannot use, hey, you don't go home, or you don't go around, tell people, beta want to go toilet, beta want to eat, wow, GG. You are not allowed to use bahasa istana. We can learn bahasa istana, but we are not the one who use it. Okay? We are we are time travelers. Oh my God, you are not. Oh my God, brother, you are hallucinating again. No, 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 no. Okay, ready? Number two, warna. Second thing that helps you to tell this is the king of Malacca is the color. Color that this person uses. What color? Yellow color. Yellow color. Again, I told you guys before, 500 years ago, we normal citizen tak boleh pakai kuning. Warna kuning. Mati. You would die. Okay, not like now. In zaman dahulu, we can't wear yellow color. You can use yellow color, but you can't wear it. You can't wear yellow color on your body. Okay. Next one, nobat. Explain. Also taught you guys before. What's nobat? What's yes, music instrument. Yes, very good. The background music. It's very obvious. Whenever king shows up to a place, to a new tempat, you will hear the nobat. Boo, 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 boo. Then you know, oh, the king. At least you know VIP, some VIP is here. And then once you heard the boo, 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 the nobat, the nobat, everyone have to make way for the king. You don't block the pathway of the king. Can you? You don't block them. You move away. Move up for the king. Boo, 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 boo. And then everyone will stand beside. Let the king pass. Can you? Okay. Next one, regalia. Regalia is what? The king's item. Contohnya, tulis crown. You can do this. And then chop mahal. Chop mahal is what? The chop. You can also draw yourself. The chop. The chop. Okay. So ada apa-apa soalan? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No? No question? If no question, quick recap. If you guys can answer, then we'll move on. Can you give me pop quiz on chapter 3? Pop quiz. You mean like latihan? You can spam the latihan behind the. You mean like now? Wait, let me think. Bab 3, bab 3, bab 3. What is the reason? What is the reason Italy and German want to start World War II? What is the reason? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, come. Let's recap. Ready? Power. Power. No, it wasn't power. Yes. Oh my God. Very good. Very good. Perjanjian Versailles. Good job. Good job. Okay. What was happening? Someone asked me to give them a pop questions about pop 3. So that's what happening. Okay. Later. But good job. Perjanjian Versailles or Perjanjian Versailles is one of the reason. Okay. Okay. Come. Let's recap. A quick one. Number 1. Part 1, we are learning about the ciri-ciri of the country in zaman dahulu. They want you to know what the country in zaman dahulu looks like. Tell me, 2,000 years ago, alam Melayu punya kingdoms, they have what? They confirm will have what? Number one, Raja. Number two, Raja, un, undang-undang, very good. And Raja, undang-undang. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this in seminar. Okay, I'll do it for you guys. Okay, ready? Last time, 2,000 years ago, every country will have Raja, undang-undang, very good. Wilayah pengaruh, and also rakyat. It is very simple. Very, very simple. Can faham? But one day, there's one country, after one country in Alam Melayu appear, it totally changes the pattern, the ciri-ciri of Alam Melayu kingdoms. Who is that country? Who's so powerful until they can affect, influence the whole Southeast Asia? Very good, the Malacca. Now we have to learn the patterns of Malacca, the ciri-ciri of Malacca. What Malacca has? What ciri-ciri Malacca have? Number one, Malacca, they have kedaulatan. Number two, they have undang-undang. Number three, they have wilayah pengaruh. Number four, they have rakyat. Number five, they have kerajaan. And number six, they have lambang kebesaran. Can faham? So these are the answer. This is what we learned just now. 2,000 years ago punya country and Malacca punya ciri-ciri. Okay. Okay, so after we're done with 1.2, now we are in 1.3. Okay, do you guys want me to go through this one? The system pentadbiran of Malacca. Do you guys? Chapter 2, really? No need this one? Or undang-undang? Okay, this is also quite popular, but not as, can go through briefly only. Okay, I'll just speak through. Okay, I'll just speak through. Because, okay, this is also, okay, this might also come up in your first term exam, to be honest. But not as popular as 1.1 and 1.2. 1.1 and 1.2, I already tick for you guys. Make sure you study. Make sure you study. Okay, 1.3, we are learning about the system pentadbiran of Malacca. What system they uses? Just I told you all, system pemeriksaan 4 lipatan. Sistem pemeriksaan 4 lipatan. What do you have to know? In system pemeriksaan 4 lipatan, how does it works? If you never understood, if you never see system pemeriksaan 4 lipatan before, please draw out yourself. Draw. It looks something like this. In system pemeriksaan 4 lipatan, Sultan is the biggest. Okay? Under Sultan, they will have 4 pembesar. We call the 4 pembesar as the big 4. Pembesar berempat. After 4 pembesar, we have 8. After 8, we have 16. After 16, we have 32. This is system pembesar 4 lipatan. The system that Malacca uses. Okay? Then other than that, you also need to know who is the pembesar berempat and what do they do. We have bendahara, we have penghulu bendahari, we have temenggong, and we have laksamana. In exam, you have to tell them what they do. Contohnya, bendahara is the ketua pendapil. If tak faham, write down. He is the ketua of all pembesar. He is the leader of all pembesar. All the pembesar in Malacca is under him. Okay? And he is also the advisor of the king. And if something happens to the king, he will also become the pemangku sultan, the substitution of the king, the wakil of the king, representative of the king. Can faham? Okay? So the rest, I'll leave it to you guys. Can confirm. Confirm. Okay, let's continue. Okay, kegunaan perbendaharaan. If you don't know what is perbendaharaan, write down the asset, the money. Set. Ma. Ni. Okay, how will they use the money of their country? Mainly on two things. But actually, just now I got explained to the Mandarin class, the morning class, the morning class, when I explain this, Malacca is actually trying to tell you something. Like, one of the reasons Malacca can become so powerful is actually because of their money, how they use their money. I know Malacca made a lot of money. They are the pusat perdagangan antarabangsa in Southeast Asia. But even your country made a lot of money, how you spend the money would decide how far your country can go. Can faham? I'll give you some hint, like China today, US and China. Both of these countries, they are superpowers. They're superpowers in the world. They both made a lot of money. But how they spend the money that they made is very, very different. Okay, yes, not just, yeah, because of the tariff. No, 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 don't look at that. I'm talking about like how the government of these two countries spends money will tell you about the importance of reinvesting your money on your people. Correct. Oh my God. How do you know? Very good. Okay, in Form 4, they did not focus on teaching you this. They did not focus on teaching you this. Actually, they tell you more about like how to make the country powerful in Form 2. But Form 2, you guys are still young. You guys don't know how to appreciate what Malacca punya sejarah are trying to teach you. They're actually teaching you how to make the country become powerful. They got teach you one. Just that you guys were too young back then. Okay? But yeah, power of reinvesting the money into your country, on your people. Okay? Next. Last time, Malacca mainly uses their money on what? Yes, sometimes the king will use the money to build istana. Of course, they become rich already, ma. Of course, they need to upgrade the istana. Because the Malacca punya raja, their status tak sama already. The most powerful king in Southeast Asia, of course, they need a bigger palace, a more luxury punya palace, of course. But most of the time, they were using their money to membeli senjata, to equip themselves, to equip their tentera, to strengthen their army. Okay, in zaman dahulu dan zaman sekarang tak sama. Because in zaman dahulu, country always berperang. So what Malacca did was they're actually reinvesting their money into the country to make their country to become more powerful. This is important. This is important. If you want your country to go far, okay, I'll give you an example. Like even if you're number one, even now you have achieved number one, but this doesn't mean in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, no one will able to catch up to you. People can catch up to you. You don't know what will happen. You weren't able to predict what will happen in the future. People might catch up to you. So you have to keep on working hard, reinvesting in yourself to improve yourself, to ensure no one can catch up to you. That's what Malacca did. They're powerful already. They're number one already. I mean, they could have spent the money on something else. They didn't have to buy senjata. They didn't have to buy the tentera. They're number one already. Why do they do that? They could have used the money, spend the money on something else, but they don't. Even though they are already number one, they keep on strengthening themselves. But too bad, in Form 2, 1511, the country who came and destroyed Malacca, that country was too powerful. It was out of their league. You can't blame them. Okay, there's nothing Malacca can do. Okay, okay, let's continue. Wait. Let me erase dulu. Okay, next question. Perbezaan pentadbiran pusat dan pentadbiran jajahan. Okay, this is another technique. This is another technique that was used by Malacca on how they rule such big country, such big empire. Okay, you see I know they uses a system called Sistem Pembesar Empat Lipatan. Yes, you're right. They use a system Pembesar Empat Lipatan. But actually, they'll divide their pentadbiran into two parts. They'll split the pentadbiran into two parts. One is called Pusat, one is called Jajahan. Pusat, you can help me to write aside. Pusat means the whole country. Ho, kan, tree. The whole country. Okay? And pentadbiran jajahan, you can also tulis at the side. Pentadbiran jajahan is like satu tempat. Satu tempat. Okay, what does it mean? Okay, we start from pentadbiran jajahan first. What does it mean by satu tempat? Last time Malacca punya raja, he's very smart. Okay, see, I draw for you. Contoh ni, something like that. Okay, so this is the king. The king and the top four pembesar. Okay, so there are many different places. There are many different places in Malacca. Instead of whenever something happen, everyone report to the Raja, 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 let the Raja handles. Instead of doing that, they come up with a more effective punya method. They let all these tempat-tempat solve their own problem. Instead of passing the problem to the Raja, they let them solve the problem themselves, solve the problem themselves, solve the problem themselves, solve the problem themselves, solve the problem themselves. They didn't have to pass. They didn't have to inform the Raja about the problem. Let Raja come up with the solution. Then after Raja come up with the solution, then tell them, then they execute. Like that, too slow already. So instead of doing that, they resolve their own problem immediately. Unless the problem was too huge, then only they tells the king. Can faham? These are called pendapatan jajahan. So that's why every tempat, how they solve their own problem? That's why every tempat, the king will put one pembesar. The king will put one pembesar into that tempat. Like Puchong will get a pembesar. Sri Petaling will get a pembesar. Cheras will get a pembesar. Gasing will get a pembesar. Subang will get a pembesar. So if Subang got problem, don't inform the king. Don't inform the king. No need to inform the king. No need. No need. Go through all the way and tell the Raja, wait for the Raja to come up with the solution. Tak perlu. You, pembesar of Subang, settle yourself. If cannot settle, only you tell the king. Like that, it will become more effective and faster, easier to control, more effective. Okay? So this is called pentadbiran jajahan. Pentadbiran jajahan. Okay? Okay, so the pembesar yang dilantik, what do they do? First, they menguruskan pentadbiran in their own daerah, in their own place. Like let's say you're the pembesar of Subang, you menguruskan the pentadbiran of Subang. Pembesar of Sri Petaling, menguruskan pentadbiran di Sri Petaling. Okay? Number two, you also need to mengekalkan keamanan and memunculkan. This is what a pembesar needs to do in Malacca. Okay, back to the pentadbiran pusat, the whole country. There are problems, there are things that cannot be handled by pembesar. Okay, like undang-undang, like law, the law of the country. You can't have different places following different law. That will be very, very chaotic. Can you imagine your school, different class follows different set of rules. Wow. Later this class do this, later that class do that. Later this class all pakai seluar. Later another class all pakai the skirt. Can you? You'll be very, very messy. It will be very, very chaotic. So that's why undang-undang must be controlled or must be centralized. Must be controlled by the same group of people or must be centralized. That's why these undang-undang things must be controlled by pentadbiran pusat. Okay? Who is controlling the whole country? Highlight yourself. Pembesar berempat. Pembesar berempat. Okay? The top four pembesar. Remember the top four pembesar? Contohnya, bendahara. What does bendahara do? Bendahara will menasihati Sultan, will give advice to the Sultan on what the king should do. Or he can come up with the solution and advise the king. But ultimately, it is the king who decides what to do at the end. Okay? He only give advice. Okay? Okay, then penghulu bendahari will do what? Penghulu bendahari will control the money, will manage the money. Shah Bandar put across, Shah Bandar is not one of the pembesar berempat. Wrong. Shah Bandar doesn't belongs here. Shah Bandar doesn't belongs in here. Okay. Next one will be Temenggung. Temenggung is to protect the keselamatan Kota Melaka. Laksamana is the Panglima Angkatan Laut Melaka. Okay. So who will be controlling the whole country? The king together with the pembesar berempat, the four pembesar. Okay. So any question? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. No. Pop quiz. Okay. Someone asked me for pop quiz. Pop quiz for chapter 2. Bab 3. Okay. Okay, ready? Okay, you guys also join in. Pop quiz for Bab 3. I know it was sudden. It was out of like nowhere. But yeah, let's do it. Bab 3. Okay, just now I asked you guys why German and Italy want to start World War II. Even though they know how scary World War is. I mean, they have experienced World War before. It was like 20 years ago. But why they still want to do another World War? Okay, come. Ready? Another question in part 3. Tell me why on 1941, 8th of December, when Japan started World War II in Asia, why do they attack Tanah Melayu? Why do they attack us? We didn't do anything to them. Eksploitasi bahan mentah, very good. Because of bahan mentah. One more. Yes. Kedudukan strategic for ketenteraan. Very good. For their ketenteraan. Good job. This is the two main reasons. Okay. But of course, memorizing the fakta, the points only, is not enough. In exam, you have to know how to explain. Okay, you want a hard one, ma? Ready, Tell me, why do they need bahan mentah? Yes, you're right. Japan attacking Tanah Melayu was not random. Was not a random decision. Like they planned it out. It was planned very, very carefully. It was a strategic decision. They have planned it. So they attack our countries because we have a lot of bahan mentah. But why do they need bahan mentah? Yes, correct. For their perindustrian, for their kilang-kilang. Not pemulihan Meiji. Not Meiji. Okay, the gerakan pemulihan or the gerakan pemoderan, those already end. Those are in the past, in bab 2. Okay, those are in bab 2. They are long past. They're long past the era. Okay. The nota actually tells you, that is the beginning. That is the beginning. The latar belakang of Japan. Japan long time ago, they were like Tanah Melayu. They were just an agriculture country. You know what? Asia country, very lousy one. They are just an agriculture country. But after Bab 2, after chapter 2, because of Mikado Meiji, the Emperor Mikado Meiji, they changed. They successfully became an industrial country. So those are just introduction. The reason why in World War II, Japan will start World War II by attacking Tanah Melayu for bahan mentah is because they want to do perluasan kuasa. I repeat again, they need bahan mentah is because they need the resources for their kilang-kilang so they can expand their country, expand their empire. Can faham? For perluasan kuasa. And second sebab is because US, they have dropped sanction on them. Their country is dying. Because Japan are not like Malaysia. Malaysia, we have our own resources. Even if people doesn't sell us resources, we can self-sustain. We can get our resources and we can keep things running. But Japan tak sama. Japan punya negara apa-apa pun tak ada. So if US, the Western country, they all boycott Japan, they all drop sekatan economy on them, their economy will crash. And this is what happening. That's why remember before World War II actually started, Hideki Tojo, the Prime Minister of Japan, he actually gave US a chance. He gave US a chance. Before he gave the orders to start the attack, he actually went to America. He went to US and berunding with America for one last time. He only have one request. Pull back, cancel the sekatan economy. If US did that, Japan will not start World War II. Simple as that. Japan doesn't want to start the war. So they gave US one last chance. They went and meet with the US. The syarat is cancel sekatan economy. And what US say? Nope, nope. And then the war began. The war started. This is what happened. Nampak? So Mikado Meiji punya era long gone. It's chapter 2, bab 2. Those are just introduction. They're telling you how Japan transformed into an industrial and imperialism country. Okay? So be careful. Okay. So come back to here. Oh no, where am I? Where am I in bab 3? Where am I? Okay. Last recap before we the rest of the chapter 1, I'll not be doing it with you guys anymore because that's cukup masa. We are starting bab 2. But before we go to chapter 2, one last recap. Just to make sure you guys know what you guys were learning just now. Number 1, I told you guys before, bab 1, we are learning about 2,000 years ago, Southeast Asia punya country, their ciri-ciri, their pattern. What do they look like? 2,000 years ago punya country, they all have what? Come on. Ciri-ciri pertama, mempunyai apa? 3, 2, yes, raja. More, raja. Number 2, wilayah pengaruh. Very good. Rakyat, very good. One more, undang-undang. Good job. One by one, settle. Number 2, but then I told you guys, until one day, one country appeared in Southeast Asia, and this country will affect, will mempengaruhi, will influence, will affect the whole Southeast Asia. Who are they? Who is this country? The Malacca. Very good. And how different Malacca was with the Gen 1 punya country, the old kingdoms. Number 1, what do they have? Number 1, they have kedaulatan. Very good. Number 2, they still got wilayah pengaruh. They still got rakyat. They still got undang-undang. Yes, they have kerajaan, which first gen punya country tak ada. One more thing that they don't have in first generation punya country. Lambang kebesaran. Very good. Settle. 1.2, settle. Next one, 1.3. 1.3 is to tell you one of the reasons why Malacca became so powerful. Their system. What system they uses? What system they uses? System pembesar 4 lipatan. Good job. Very good. Done. Good job. Okay. So any question? Any question? No? Okay. Good. Okay, I'll let you guys decide. One latihan or chapter 2 now. Morning class, they have chosen bab 2 instead of latihan. Okay, chapter 2. So chapter 2, okay, let's start. Go to page number 9. Go to page number 9. 9. Let's do 2.5. Okay, we'll go to 2.5 later. But let's start with 2.1. Please help me to put a tick beside 2.1. Make sure in exam, I know this is easy, but still, reminder, please memorize this. Maksud nationalism. The whole bab 2 is talking about nationalism. But what is semangat nasionalisme? Semangat nasionalisme is actually semangat cinta akan negara dan bangsa. It's a patriotic. But then, same, but no same. Do this. Level 2. Why? Why nationalism are not like the normal patriotism that you see? Why? Why same but no same? Nationalists will act on it. Yes, correct. The difference between you guys, whoa, what do you mean melampau? No, they're not melampau. Melampau, that one is like extreme. Extremists already. No. They are not melampau. Okay, they're okay. They're moderate. Okay. Yes, those are radical. Melampau, there is radical. Okay, but okay, see, why nationalism is different from the normal patriotism is because anyone can say they're patriotic. Anyone can say they love the country. Me, you, he, she, daddy, mommy. But then, what is semangat nationalism? People who have this semangat, they are the people who are willing to sacrifice himself and highlight this word, menentang penjajahan and membela negara dan bangsa. Membela, you can tulis protect. Protect. Okay, faham? Bukan cakap saja. It's not just talk. Talk is cheap. Can faham? These are the people, when one day someone try to invade our country, these people who have semangat nasionalisme, they are the people who will go out and fight and defend our country. Can faham? This is the difference between nationalism and the normal patriotism. We can love the country. I mean, like, we love Malaysia. Of course, come on. We love Malaysia. We love our country. But when something happen, just ask yourself this. When something happen, are you willing to sacrifice yourself and die for the country? If now Malaysia want you to die, want you to mati for us, for the country, are you able to do that? No. Not many people able to do that. If you can do that, if you're able to do that, congrats. You have semangat nationalism. Can faham? Level 2, cinta akan negara. Okay? So any question? Make sure you have found this, because in exam, they like to ask you. They always like to ask you, they always like to start the question A with this one. Apakah, jelaskan, nyatakan maksud nationalism. Nationalism. Okay. Should I use time machine and go back and be radical? No, jangan. And you don't have a time machine. Brother, you don't have a time machine. Okay. 2.2, I will only go through one country with you. 2.2 is a story about Western country, the nationalism story for Western country. I'll only go through one country. Ready? America. America. Revolution, America. Please highlight. Sudden pop quiz. Later. Later. Too much pop quiz. Let me settle first. Okay, ready? Revolution, America. Number 1. Last time, why the Americans would start this revolution? Of course, something happened. No one will start a revolution like out of nowhere. No one have the time. No one will do that. Can faham? So why Americans will start this revolution is because of siapa? Tulis yourself. It was caused by the British. Some people, they still do not know Americans, they were once like Tanah Melayu. They were also like Tanah Melayu. Once upon a time, they are also conquered by the British, the Great Britain Empire. They are also one of the colonies of British Empire. Can faham? Okay, but what happened? After British Jajah America, the Americans were super unhappy. They are very unhappy. They are very upset, very angry that British doesn't protect their people at all. British doesn't care about their people. Do you know why? Tulis. The stupid cukai. After British Jajah America, British have been taxing the people on almost everything. And it doesn't make sense. Some of the tax were unreasonable. What they tax? Number 1, contohnya, akta pelayaran. Like if you go out to the sea, if you go out to the laut, if you go sailing, you have to pay cukai. Tak kira you are going out for business, you are traveling, or for whatever reason, you go out to the laut, you have to pay cukai. You come back, you pay cukai. Can faham? Akta pelayaran. Stupid. Number 2, gula, sugar, also need to pay tax. Akta stamp, akta pay. So basically, British government taxed them on everything, every single thing. And you know, once you tax something, the harga barang will what? Once government increase the tax, increase the cukai, harga barang akan apa? Up. Yes, naik. And you must know, it's not only the barang, the barang of the cukai that will raise will naik. It is like domino effect. You know domino? It's like domino effect. It has changed. It has chain effect. Once something become more expensive, it will also affect other things. So suddenly, everything just become very expensive. It was unbearable. Can faham? And the worst part is what? the most bodoh punya thing is British, they don't have to pay. British, they don't have to pay. You get what I mean? Hey, what does it mean by Americans? We have to pay. If you're British, you don't have to pay. What does it mean? Can faham? That's why the Americans were super, super angry. They were super, super angry. We look alike. We speak English. We have very, very similar culture. But why we Americans have to pay the cukai, but the British citizen do not have to pay cukai? How is this fair? How is this reasonable? Can faham? They're very angry. Okay, and because of this, Americans started to realize something. They started to realize British never see them as citizen, because slowly after that, they even notice not only they have to pay extra cukai more than the British citizen. Now only they notice there is no wakil America dalam Parliament British. This is the second issue. This is the second issue. What is meant by no representative America dalam Parliament British? Tulis, there is no American. There is no American inside the government. They slowly realize all this while, British hanya treat them, British only see them as second-tier citizen. British only see them as a colonies. British never see them as a real citizen or part of British. Can you follow? That's why they were very angry. They're very, very angry. Okay. So any question? What is STEM? Okay. Take a guess. What is STEM? A lot of students will guess. A lot of students will guess. Hey, is it like this? You know, when you write letter, you need a stamp. That kind of stamp. Bukan. Not this one. Acta stamp is super, super ridiculous. It's super, super ridiculous. Come on, anyone? Anyone wants to try? Anyone wants to try? Okay, I'll tell you what happened now. British, they have a chop. They have a chop. Something like chop. You know chop? You want me to draw for you? A chop. They have a chop, okay? They have a chop. So they have a law called Acta Stamp. When they stamp on anything, okay, even though now they are saying, oh, they will charge cukai on gula and teh only. But once the item is chopped, doesn't matter what item is that, what barang is that. Once the item is chopped, you have to pay cukai. You have to pay 10%, 20% tax, 30% tax. Can faham? On that thing. It was random. They suka then chop, suka and chop. Everything also chop. Can faham? That's why it's super, super expensive. Things become very expensive, unbearable, unlivable. Okay? That's why Americans are so angry. Now can you understand? Ada apa soalan? No. Okay, now let's see how the revolution started. So after British treating the Americans, give a very, very hard question. Wow, later. Okay, let me settle this one first. We're halfway there. We're halfway. Okay, so after the British government treated the rakyat like this, Americans super angry already ma. So one day, finally, George Washington came out. He successfully united the people, all the powerful people in America, the very, very influential people, the bangsawan, the noble, the rich people. They successfully united everyone and started the revolution. How the revolution started? First, they created their own Congress. If you tak faham what is Congress, simplify for you, government. Since British punya government like this doesn't want to care about the rakyat, doesn't want to care about the well-being of the Americans, simply charge cukai on the Americans. Fine. We no longer want to listen to British punya government. We will now form our own government. Can faham? We'll form our own America punya government, and America will rule by this government, not British punya government anymore. Can faham? But of course, When they do that, how the British react? Happy or not happy? Wow, you are my colonies, you are my tanah jajahan, and you go and create your own government. Since when I tell you to do that? So when British saw George Washington, the Americans created their own government, British was super angry. So British immediately sent tentera, pressure, threatened them, asked them to close down the government, and they did not. So after fighting and the war started, the revolution started. They start fighting. After they fight sini, fight sana, fight sini, fight sana. British keep on asking them to close down the government, close down the stupid government. They do not have the rights to do that. They only have one government. Their government is British punya government. But George Washington, they all refuse. The nationalists in America refuse to listen to British. Okay? Because British don't care. If British want to treat us like second-tier citizen, they will not. They will not listen to British. Okay? So after fighting, okay, and after they discuss for very, very long, finally the Congress have decided there's no other way. After discussing for very, very long, the Congress has finally decided to declare war against the British. Okay, to get kemerdekaan. They will not surrender to British anymore. They will not listen to British anymore. They want independent. They want freedom. Okay, so after they declare the war, Revolusi America, or the so-called Perang Kemerdekaan America, has officially started. This is the real beginning of the war. Then they keep on fighting for 6 years. After 6 years, what happened? America won the war. After America won the war, British mengakui kemerdekaan America and then give them 13 pieces of land. 13 buah bekas tanah jajahan. And after that, Americans combine them and name their country as the America Syarikat, United States of America. And not only they have successfully merdeka, they also became one of the earliest democracy country. Okay, so this is the history of Revolusi America. Any question? Ada apa-apa soalan? Okay, ada apa-apa soalan? Teacher, before anything? Yes, ask me. Come on. Wow. It's May already, but thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, but any question? Any question? Noah? Okay. So if no question, we'll recap dulu, then one more pop quiz. Okay, ready? Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, ready? Recap. Number one. So in Bab 2, after we learned the maksud of nationalism, then we learned about the nationalism story in the Barat. One of the country that we learned is America. Tell me what happened in America. What happened? Yes, British jajah their country, but that was not the problem. After British jajah the country, how British treated the people? Yes, cukai. Mengenakan cukai. One more that make American realize they are just second-tier citizen. They are just second-tier citizen. Yes, the other wakil inside the parliament. Yeah, like in the beginning, they never thought of this. They never thought of this. Hey, there's no American in the government. They never thought anything was weird, anything was not right about that. They thought it was fine until when they saw British citizen doesn't have to pay the cukai, then only they started to think. They started to think about all the things that has happened, and suddenly everything just started to make sense to them. They were treated like this is because British never see them as their citizen, not even a single time. So after that, the Rakyat America decided to menentang. Who was the leader who led the Americans to Menentang? He is also the first president of America, the first president of United States. Yes, George Washington. Yes. Then what they do? First step, George Washington unite all the powerful people, forms their what? Forms their own what? Yes, Congress, and tells all the American, we no longer have to listen to the stupid British. We Americans will rule our own country. But British were very upset. Send tentara, attack them, suppress them, and itu. So after discussing for very, very long, Congress finally decided to what? Declare apa? Declare what? Declare war. We will not obey. We will not listen. I will not listen to you. We will not obey. You want fight? So be it. Then the war begin. Okay. Then after fighting for 6 years, who was the winner? Who won the war? Shocking. No one expected this. Yes, American. American won the war. After America won the war, British have no choice but to let them merdeka. And they took 13 lands and named the country as United States of America. Can faham? Okay. Okay, done. 2.2, we are done. Okay. The other two country, I'll leave it to you guys. I did not go through the branches, and British doesn't mean it will not come out. Just that we tak cukup masa. I want to move on. Okay. Okay. So next one. But you know, American actually did not fight the war themselves. There's no way America can defeat British. You know who is British? Great Britain Empire, the most powerful country at the time. There's no way a colony is able to defeat British all by themselves. Yes, Americans were powerful. They were rich. But not enough to defeat British at the time. Someone helped the Americans. Someone helped the Americans. Do you know who? Do you guys know who? Branches, the French, they tolong Americans. Okay, come pop quiz for Bab 3. Bab 3. Okay, ready? Okay, impossible. I want to ask some popular question. I don't want to ask the impossible one. Okay, because the popular question can help you guys to like revise or prepare for the exam. Okay, come. Tell me, after Japan took 69 days to jajah Malaysia, tell me about their dasar dalam pentadbiran. 4 marks. Pemerintahan tentera. One more, some more. 4 marks. 4 marks. Come on. After Japan jajah our country, after they took over our country, this is Bab 3, Bab 3 punya quiz. After they jajah our country, how they control our country. Yes, very good. The first answer that I want to hear is this one. Remember, after they jajah us, they combine our country. They gabungkan Tanah Melayu with who? With who? Indonesia. Because they thought we are one country because we look the same. The people in Indonesia and Tanah Melayu looks the same. They thought we are one country, but we are not. But they did not know. And number 2, after they gabungkan our country, our country was controlled by siapa leh? Diletak di bawah pentadbiran pasukan tentera Jepun yang ke-25. Okay, we are ruled by the pasukan tentera yang ke-25. Okay, and not only that, what else happened? Then they separate Tanah Melayu. Yes, very good. But after a while, after a few years, they only realized, Tanah Melayu and Indonesia are two very, very different country. Culture tak sama, bahasa tak sama, kebudayaan pun tak sama, everything also tak sama. So they separated kita, they split tanah Melayu. Diasingkan. Tanah Melayu and Indonesia diasingkan. After diasingkan, Indonesia di bawah pasukan tentera yang ke-25. And we were very unlucky. We were assigned to who? Tanah Melayu were assigned to pasukan tentera yang ke-29. Can faham? What can I do? Oh my God. Someone asked me, teacher, what if I forgot pasukan yang keberapa, pasukan keberapa? What should I do? Okay, of course, if in exam, if without the pasukan yang keberapa can or cannot, boleh. But the third point, is diasingkan, you weren't able to huraikan. You have to use other points to get marks if you cannot remember the pasukan punya nama. You see, if I remember, this is considered as one huraian. This is considered as another huraian. Wait, is 29 or 27? It's 27? I thought it's 29. Wait, let me double check. I thought 29. Okay, no need double check. Okay, takut saya. Okay, next one, number 4. What else you can tell me about the pendapatan? After we were conquered by Japan, first we were combined and then we were separated, and we also gotten a new name. They took out our nama. Tanah Melayu punya nama was changed to what? Malay Baru. Singapura, Shonanto. Very good. And one very important things. Yeah, the Sabah Sarawak and Brunei was combined and they called kita Borneo, but not important. Another important thing. Do you remember the reason why we lost to Japan so easily is because who betrayed us? Yeah, the Thailand betrayed us, ma. So that's why Japan reward them with what? Japan menghadiahkan, memberikan. Yes. Perlis Kelantan, Terengganu, and Kedah was given to Thailand. Siang. Okay, as a gift for helping Japan. So can faham? So any question? Okay, I know it was weird for jumping here, jumping there. Yeah, but yeah, because in seminar we are not doing chapter 3. So this is the least I can do for you guys. Hope it helps. Okay, so any question? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, if no, let's move on. 2.5. 2.5. Tak faham tanya saya. Don't be shy, this is seminar. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Sorry. If you guys want to copy, sure. But my handwriting is a bit messy because I did not expect you guys want to copy. Go ahead. Go ahead. Of course, any question tanya saya, please ask me. Tanya saya. Okay, done? Done. What is Singapura one? Oh, sorry. Singapura is called Shonanto. Singapura was renamed to Shonanto. They are separated. They have been separated from Tanah Melayu. Japan chooses Singapore as their HQ. One of the factors is because of personal reason. It's like flexing to British. Because last time Singapore is Pangkalan, the base, the HQ of British. So it's like telling British, now I own your Singapore. Singapore is mine. But another reason is because Singapore is very strategic. Lokasi strategic. That's why they have chosen Singapore. That's why Singapore punya nama tak sama. You can see. Look at our name, Malay Baru. Look at Sabah Sarawak punya name, kita Borneo. And look at Singapore, Shonanto. Shonanto. Wow. Okay, wow. Why? Because they're HQ. HQ, headquarters. Okay, done? So much to memorize. Yeah. Chill. Okay. If you're unsure, whether you're ready for exam or not, spam latihan. Do latihan, no? Do latihan. Instead of like panic or like or blah 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 blah. Just do latihan, no? B6. Okay. Yeah. 2 and 3 is huge. Okay, so after you're done, okay, let's go 2.5. Finally, negara kita, Malaysia. So after, wait. Sorry. Yeah, 2.5. Yes, 2.5. Okay. So after we learn about American punya story, it's time to talk about our own country, our own negara. In Malaysia punya sejarah, do we have semangat nasionalisme or not? The answer is yes. We have seen semangat nasionalisme in our country for multiple times already. Kali pertama, first time, 500 years ago, during zaman Melaka. When Portuguese defeated Malacca, Sultan Malacca did not give up. Sultan Mahmud Shah, after he lost the Perang, he could have hide himself. I mean, there's no need for him to come back and fight Portuguese again. He have successfully escaped. But Sultan Mahmud Shah did not do that. After he successfully escaped, he regrouped his army and attacked Portuguese for another 3 kali to try to reclaim Malacca. But sadly, success or fail. Tetapi gagal. Okay, but this is semangat nationalism. This is semangat nasionalisme. I mean, result is not important. What they want you to know is nationalism is not about the result. It's not about you successfully protecting the country or not, you successfully defend the country or not. No. Semangat nasionalisme is about when someone threatens your country, someone try to touch your country, invade your country, no matter who your enemy is, no matter you will die or not, you will still stand up against our enemy. That is called nationalism. Not about, winning. Winning, helping Malaysia to win the war, then only consider as nationalism. No, it's not about the result. Okay? So obviously, Sultan Malacca punya semangat is 100% nationalism. Okay? Okay, number 2. Second time that we can see semangat nationalisme in Malaysia punya sejarah is in Form 3. This is Form 2. This is Form 3. What happened there? When Sultan Kedah menentang SHTI. Hey, long time no see, SHTI. Who is SHTI? Write down. British. Remember Form 3? British, they scam Sultan Malacca, they scam Penang, Pulau Penang from Sultan Kedah. Then Sultan Kedah was very angry. After he found out, Sultan Kedah immediately attacked SHTI, fight SHTI to reclaim Pulau Penang. But gagal. Okay, Syarikat Hindia Timur Inggris. Yes, very good. Okay, but sadly gagal. Okay, number 3. Yang ketiga. The third time that we can see semangat nasionalisme in sejarah kita is also Form 3. Form 3, excuse me. Form 3. Form 3, Bab 7, the 11 heroes. You can do this. 11 heroes. The penentangan pemimpin tempatan. Even though all of them have lost, all of them have gagal, but still you can't deny that those are semangat nationalism. Those are it. Datuk Mahathir Lela, Datuk Pahaman rentak masalah Tok Jangkut Haji Abdul Rahman Limbong. Penentangan dia lakukan confirm is nationalism. Okay, it's not about them. It's not about their own personal gains. It's not about their own benefits. It's not about their power. It's not about money. It's for the country. It's for the people. Okay, okay. The last time that we can see semangat nasionalisme in our sejarah is in Form 4. And this is what we are going to learn later. Form 4 nationalism. This time, who was fighting? We can do this. Almost every rakyat in Tanah Melayu. Almost everyone in Tanah Melayu. Almost. This is the biggest, this is the biggest, or you can even say this is the strongest semangat nasionalisme we have ever seen in Malaysia. Almost every rakyat, almost everyone in Tanah Melayu wants to stand up and menentang. It happens at when? You can put this. This is in abad ke-20, 20th century. Okay, so in 20th century, who are the people who menentang? I say almost everyone tokoh agama also got. Some people memperjuangkan melalui penulisan by writing akhbar, writing the majalah, the kaya creative. There are also people who fight using pertubuhan. Confirm? Almost the whole country. Okay. So any question? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No. Okay. If no, let's move on. 2.6. The faktor. Faktor kemunculan gerakan nasionalisme. Okay, so people started to think why in 20th century our semangat nasionalisme can become so strong until almost everyone in the country also wants to protect the country, wants to fight for the country, willing to sacrifice for the country. Okay, so you can do this. This is talking about why in abad ke-20, our semangat nasionalisme was so strong. First reason is because of agama. Agama. Okay, later tak faham tanya saya, I'll go very fast about this part. Okay. Last time in 20th century, consider there were a group of students, they came back from Mesir. Tak faham tanya saya. Like Syed Jamal Audin, Sheikh Muhammad Abdul Rashid Bida. They were a group of students who went to Mesir and study, and then they came back in 20th century. So after what they saw, after what they witnessed and what they experienced in Mesir, they came back to Tanah Melayu and decided to launch a gerakan called Gerakan Islah. What is Gerakan Islah? In Gerakan Islah, they are calling out to all the umat Islam to come back to the ajaran Islam yang sebenar. Don't get influenced. Come back. In Gerakan Islah, they are telling all the Muslim, come back to agama Islam. Don't listen. Don't believe what British say. Don't get influenced by their culture. Don't get influenced by their thinking. Don't get influenced by their agama. Follows only Islam. And not only that, let's stand up together to menentang imperialisme Barat. This is what gerakan Islah about. And you know, pasal Tanah Melayu punya people, they are very religious. They are very religious. When it is about agama, they're very loyal. They're very itu. So when these students started this gerakan Islah, a lot of people join the gerakan, get influenced and joins the gerakan. Confirm? Okay. So this is number one reason why so many people stand up and menentang, because of agama, for agama Islam. Okay. How it started? Gerakan Islah. Okay. Okay. Number two. Some people in abad ke-20, they were kena influence is because of penulisan kreatif. What does it mean? Penulisan creative are talking about like novel, cerpen, and puisi at the time. Okay, because last time there's no TikTok, there's no Instagram, so people will read novel, people will read cerpen, people will read puisi as their entertainment. It's like their TikTok, it's like their Instagram. Can faham? They watch. I mean, they don't watch. They read. This for entertainment. It's their entertainment. So at the time, all the novel, cerpen, and puisi, it's all about what leh? It's all about nationalism. It's all about story about reality, hidup dijajah, kehidupan selepas dijajah. So the more people reads about all these things, the more patriotic they become. The more patriotic they become. Like they started to wake up. They started to like think about their life. They started to like relate. At first they felt nothing. But after they're reading the story, they slowly felt like what the story was saying is actually happening. It's happening in their life. It's happening right in front of their eyes. This is what happening to Tanah Melayu. Then they became very angry and they decided to stand up against British to protect their people, protect their country, protect their own rights. Okay, so what are the famous penulisan creative they have at the time? Merlot Kuala Lumpur, Cerita Awang Putat, Putera Gunung Tahan, Anak Mat Lela Gila. These are the famous kaya creative. Okay, number 3. Some people, they get influenced and wants to fight for Malaysia is because of media cetak. Media cetak. Daddy Mami Daddy Mami, after they read the Akbar and Majalah, they become very angrier. Because coincidentally, I mean like everything, like for a reason, everything just happened in 20th century. Like it's such a coincidence. Everything just came out, everything just popped up in 20th century. Coincidentally, at the time, there are more and more newspaper like Jari Peranakan Sekolah Melayu, Al Imam Raja Pengasuh, Fajar Sarawak, more and more newspaper, they started to publish like real berita. Last time, they takut. They don't dare to publish, they don't dare to like post like the real berita or berita that is no good for British. They takut British might do something to them. But in abad ke-20, more and more newspaper, they tak takut. They suddenly keep on posting real berita. Instead of hiding the truth from the rakyat, they tell them the truth. They post the bad things that British have done, all the bad things that British have done, all the bad policies. They started to tell rakyat the truth. So after the rakyat read the news, they become more and more angry, they gonna trigger, then they want to fight for the country. Okay? So this is number 3. Yang keempat, coincidentally, such a coincidence, same thing, abad ke-20. Coincidentally, in 20th century, our system pendidikan also become better. Remember the student who came back from, pelajar yang pulang dari Mesir? This student who came back from Mesir, okay, because they study at Mesir, they know how important knowledge is. So after they came back, they started to build a lot of madrasah. Because British, they suppress our pendidikan. British, they kept on suppressing our pendidikan. Even though there's school in Tanah Melayu, but they don't teach us the real knowledge. It has been like the things has been altered. They only teach us the minimum stuff. They only teach us the basic stuff. In fact, because British want us to be bodoh, they want us to remain bodoh. So after these students, after they came back, they decided to build their own college and teach the kids, teach the students what they have learned in Mesir. Okay, that's why we will only able to access to the pendidikan modern Islam. Okay, next one. Other than these madrasah that were built by the pelajar pulang dari Mesir, at the time we also got college like MCKK, SITC, who also melahirkan a lot of pemimpin rakyat who come out and menentang British, leads the rakyat to menentang British. Okay, so any question? Ada apa-apa soalan? Is it too fast? Is it too fast? Ada apa-apa soalan? No. Okay, if no, let's continue. There's more. There's another two more reason. Ready? Ready? I know you guys are tired, but hang on. Must tahan. Exam is coming up. Ready? Okay, number 5. Fifth reason why so many people wants to menentang British, why so many people have the semangat nationalism, it's also because of the golongan intellectual. Who is golongan intellectual? You may do this. The highly educated people. The highly educated people. Remember, we started to have a lot of college. We started to have a lot of new college that teaches the students real knowledge instead of the things that British taught us in their school, in the school that they created. These are real knowledge. So we started to have a lot of highly educated people. And these highly educated people, some of them, they come from Timur Tengah. Timur Tengah means Mesir. Then the student who went to Mesir and study, some of them, they come from Lepasan Pendidikan Inggris. You can do this MCKK. Then some of them come from Lepasan Pendidikan Melayu, which is from SITC. Okay. These intellectual, what they did because after they have acquired the real knowledge, they finally know, they finally can understand how British were exploiting our country, how they were using our country all this time. So they decided to use newspaper akbar-akbar or persatuan-persatuan to menyedarkan rakyat tentang nasionalisme. They try to use newspaper to spread what they have found out, let the people to wake up and joins the penentangan. We have to protect ourselves. We have to fight for our rights. Merdeka or not merdeka, that is another topic. That is another thing. But now, what is important is we have to protect our rights. We can't let British continue exploiting our country, using our country, taking our resources, treating our people like that anymore. Okay? Zaman dahulu, we don't fight. Yes, you can blame that we don't have the knowledge. Kita tak tahu. That's why we did not fight. But now, no. Now you don't have the excuse anymore. Now we have the education. And now we have realized what is happening. So, no excuse. It's time to stand up. Fight for the country. Okay? For negara kita. Okay? Okay, next one. The last reason that triggers the semangat nationalism of our country, it's also because of pengaruh luar. The pengaruh luar. What does it mean? Tulis. The influence from other country. Okay. For example, Uthmaniyah is Turkey. Turkey punya gerakan pan-Islamisme. The gerakan Islam from Mesir. Okay, this is important. Jepun. Jepun actually inspired a lot of Malaysian because they were the first Asia country berjaya menewaskan Russia. Okay? Yeah. But this one can understand? With a quote GG. Okay. But Japan, okay, why this is such a big deal? Because before Japan defeat Russia, in human history, there's never a single Asian country able to defeat Western country. So all this while, there were a lot of Asian people started to think that maybe the Orang Barat, they are right. They were right. They are more superior than us. They started to look down on their own race. They started to look down on their own people, their Asian people. They started to think that, oh, maybe Western people are really, really more superior than us. They started to have this kind of thinking, like self-doubt, like negative punya thinking. But after Japan defeated Russia, it has proven Western people, Asian people, African people, Europe people, we have no differences. Confirm? We have no differences. And Western people are not like what we think. What undefeatable like invincible bukan, bukan. Look, Japan has just defeated Russia. That means we also can do it if we try hard enough. We can also defeat British. Okay? Okay, next one. China also inspired us a lot from their Revolution China that was started by Dr. Sun Yat-sen. And next country is India. India also very important to us. Japan are the one who gave us hope. Who gave us hope that we can do it. We can actually win. We can actually defeat a Western country. But what Mahatma Gandhi taught us is we don't have to use war. We don't have to use persenjataan. We don't have to use violence in order to get independent. Because Mahatma Gandhi successfully lead India to Merdeka without using violence. Okay. Oh my God, nice one. Okay, next one. Next one, our neighbor, like Philippines punya Jose Rizal, Sukarno in Indonesia, their story also inspire a lot of people. Okay, so any question? Ada apa-apa soalan? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Any question? No? Okay, if no question, let's recap. Why is the past year? Why? Why is it annoying? Why? Why? Okay, ready? Recap. Number 1. Tell me how many times we can see semangat nationalism in our history, in our sejarah. Why? Oh, no, not why, sorry. How many times? How many times we can see semangat nationalism in our country? The answer is 4 times. First time was in Zaman Melaka. Second time was Kedah fighting SHCI. The third time was the 11 heroes menentang British. And the fourth time is abad ke-20 when almost the whole country punya rakyat stood up against British. Can faham? Okay, number 2. Question number 2. But how come in abad ke-20 so many people has the semangat nationalism? Why are they so brave? Why suddenly everyone are willing to sacrifice for the country? What happens? What are the reason? What are the reason? What are the reason? Tell me. What are the reason? Agama? Yes. Not only agama. Come on. More. Some people, they fought because of agama. Yes. Akbar. Golongan intellectual. Golongan intellectual. Pendidikan is also correct. Okay. More. Pengaruh luar. What else? Let me see. Pengaruh luar, correct. Intellectual, correct. Pendidikan, got already. Media cetak, got already. Penulisan kreatif. Agama, yes. 6 of them. Very good. Very good. Okay. So, any question? Ada apa-apa soalan? Okay, wait. Just now what you asked. Okay, got question tanya saya. I think after this, we are going to do some latihan. You're going to do some. I think you guys are tired already. Okay. So, why is there things that is completely unrelated in the past year question of PYQ? The answer is that is objective. Objective is memang like this. That's why I told you there's no way you can study for objective questions. The only way you can solve, you can ensure you can score very, very high marks in objective is by spamming a lot. That's why in SPM, ETC will prepare 2,000 plus of objective question for you guys. Can find 2,000 plus. Okay. Yeah, a lot of extra and very, very detailed punya question. That's why no point studying for objective. Okay, no point studying for objective. Okay, and what else you ask? Let me see. So again, to answer you guys punya question, how to prepare for Kertas 1, spam, don't study. You study for paper 2, Kertas 2. Kertas satu, objective, the 40 questions, you have to prepare by doing latihan. Doing latihan. Okay, teacher, what is the perbezaan ciri-ciri negara bangsa alam Melayu dengan apa? Dengan apa? Ciri-ciri negara bangsa alam Melayu is the same. All the alam Melayu kingdoms is the same. Tak kira Sriwijaya, tak kira Sriwijaya, tak kira Funan, Kedatua. So what's the question? There's a picture. Picture of what? Okay, for those who have no question, come, it's time to do latihan. I know you guys are tired, but we still have to do some. Okay, let you guys decide objective or paper two. Objective or paper two? Objective. Okay, let's do objective. Ready? Okay, objective. Okay, chapter one or chapter two? Hey, bab one or bab two? Bab two, okay. Is there any specific subtopic you guys want me to go through, or just start from question number one? Any specific subtopic you want? Anything is fine. Sure. So we will start from 2.1. Okay, first question. Oh no, the tokoh-tokoh, they are back. Apakah pandangan dikemukakan oleh beliau? Remember, 2.1, they have put multiple tokoh, I think 5 tokoh inside your textbook to tell you their opinions about nationalism. Because they takut you guys tak faham what is the meaning of semangat nasionalisme. That's why they purposely put people from different country, people from different era, people with different status to tell you about their opinion. Okay? But again, for that part in exam, do you need to memorize? If you have the time, only you come back to that part, or else just focus on other part dulu. Can faham? Don't focus on that part dulu. Later, after you memorize all the tokoh-tokoh punya pandangan, you don't have the time to do other things. Okay, come back to this. The name is called Hans Kohn. Hans Kohn is a Western historian. What does he think about nationalism? Donkey. Satu gerakan meletakkan yes, correct. Hans Kohn punya opinion is very short. Tak setia. He think that if someone wants to call themselves having semangat nationalism, they must have 100% loyalty to the country. 99% pun tak boleh. Okay, so the answer is donkey. Okay, number 2. Pernyataan berikut merupakan pandangan seseorang tokoh berkaitan nasionalisme orang Melayu sebelum merdeka. Okay, so this is an opinion about nationalism. Who is this? Oh, it's about Malaysia, perjuangan orang Melayu bagi mendapat. Okay, someone say that our country punya nationalism is about Malay fighting or claiming back or reclaiming our country. What is the answer? D is correct. It is Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Dr. Khoo Kay Kim. There's actually another person who also studies about Malaysia punya sejarah and uses Malaysia punya sejarah as an example of nationalism. Okay, I think it's William, the William guy. Oh, Abdul Zaid. It's not William. Did I remember wrongly? I remember it's a historian from other country. William Tinggia. Okay, maybe I remember wrongly. Okay, next one. Number 3. Apakah punca berlakunya revolusi tersebut? Okay, revolusi keagungan is British punya revolution. British punya revolution. Perancis is, Perancis punya revolution. So both of these nationalism punya story, they are very similar. Both of these country punya rakyat they are fighting against siapa? Correct. They are fighting against their king. Okay. Someone might ask, I thought semangat nasionalisme is cinta akan negara. How come menentang raja can also be considered semangat nasionalisme? Because semangat nasionalisme is to protect your country and your people. Can faham? If the king is no good, if the king has done something that threatens the country, menentang the king, fighting the king to protect the country can also be considered as nationalism. Okay, cinta akan negara dan bangsa. Okay, so the answer is C. Very good. Number 4, Revolusi Amerika. You guys must answer this one. Mengapakah orang Amerika bertindak sedemikian? Why the Americans will start Revolusi Amerika? Easy. Easy. The answer is A. British tidak melindungi hak penduduk Amerika. Yes, easy. Very good. Okay. Number 2.3. Apakah, oh no, this is India. Okay, ready? We did not learn about this just now, but I'm sure you guys still remember a little bit. Apakah sumbangan tokoh-tokoh tersebut? Bau Gangadhar Tilac, Bipin Chandra Pal. They are the leader who leads the rakyat menentang with what? Yes, radical. Secara radical. So the answer is C, militant. Militant. Because before them, it was the intellectual. It was the intellectual who are fighting against British in India. But some rakyat just think that it's useless. It's useless to use politics to menentang British or to free India. It's impossible to do that. They think that we need to use militant, we need to use violence to free India. So here they are. Bipin Chandra Pal and Bau Gangadhar Tilac. They form their own militant group and fight British. Okay, number 6. Siapakah mempelopori, who leads the gerakan kebangkitan rakyat di China? Easy. Just how we got mentioned. Just how we were learning about the factor why Malaysia punya semangat nationalism is so strong. China was one of the reasons, they influenced us. Yes, it was Dr. Sun Yat-sen. Number 7. Apakah tujuan penubuhan tersebut? Awuka, it's a group. It's a persatuan that was created by Syed Jamal. Syed Jamal, he's one of the tokoh who started Gerakan Islah. But after that, he started another gerakan. He started another gerakan called Gerakan Pan-Islamisme. Why he want to start a persatuan? C. C is meningkatkan kebahagiaan orang Islam. Wrong. C is wrong. C is wrong. Apple. Okay, number 1 correct. Yes, 1 and 2. A is correct. Number 1 and number 2. Membangun rasa persaudaraan and meningkatkan kemajuan orang Islam. Actually, that is not his core value. That is not his core value. That was not his core value. Gerakan Pan-Islamisme punya core value is bangkit. Bangkit. Yeah, he did. No, he did Gerakan Islah and also Gerakan Pan-Islamisme. He did both. He started Gerakan Islah with another ulama or pemimpin agama, but then after that, after witnessing what British have done to the Mesir people, Mesir punya rakyat, he can't tahan. Because Gerakan Islah punya core value is ask them not to fight yet. Gerakan Islah is not about fighting. Gerakan Islah is focusing on self-development. But after British are getting more and more melampau. So Syed Jamal cannot tahan already. So he left Gerakan Islah and started his own gerakan called Gerakan Pan-Islamisme. Gerakan Pan-Islamisme is to encourage the Muslim to stand up and menentang instead of kept quiet and slowly grinding. No, he think that tak boleh, cannot wait any longer. More people will suffer. Then fight now. Okay, so the answer is A. Okay, so any question? Ada apa-apa soalan? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, if no question, sorry, I could not finish 2 chapters with you guys. But if you guys need help in the exam, if you guys need anything, feel free to WhatsApp me. Okay, good luck in the exam. See you guys next week. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Welcome. Bye-bye. Teacher got any tips about for Malay Union? If your exam is like whole chapter of chapter 4, Malay Union, read Malay Union. Malay Union must study the factor and ciri-ciri. Penentangan also need to study and BMA. BMA is like 4.1. The BMA, British Military Administration. Okay, welcome. Oh my God. Okay, welcome. Bye-bye. 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 Bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Boy. Bye.